Hello everyone and welcome back to AlexElliottGolf. This week we're going to talk about how we can hit this driver longer and straighter. So a lot of players, whether they are experienced or new to the game, struggle with getting consistency with the driver, and especially consistency when out on the golf course. So today we're going to run through a few simple drills in order to create consistency and length for this driver. But before we run through the tips in order to how to hit this driver longer and straighter, let's talk about the differences between hitting the driver and hitting an iron. Ideally, when hitting an iron, we want the bottom of the golf swing to bottom out just past the golf ball, so we can hit it nicely on the down and create that nice divot after the golf ball. But with driver, ideally we want that golf swing bottoming out just before the golf ball, just to allow us to hit that ball on the up, maximise our launch angle and maximise distance without spinning the golf ball too much. So let's firstly run through the setup and where I want the ball position to be, how the shoulders want to be, and also a bit of alignment in order to get this ball going further and straighter. So ideally we want this golf ball just inside our left heel. So what I want you to do is, I want you to address the golf ball with your feet together, just turn your left toe out a little, and then just move your right foot back. That's going to get us consistently getting that golf ball inside our left heel. So from there we've got our ball positioned inside our left heel. This is going to allow us to make sure the bottom of our swing is bottoming out just before the golf ball and allowing us to hit it on the up. So from there, let's talk about how these shoulders should be. Now I see a lot of players have their shoulders level. Now this is just going to promote a downward hit on the golf ball. Let's talk through this and how we're going to get these shoulders positioned consistently to arc just a little bit on the up. So I want you to place the golf club right in your sternum. So from there, all I want you to do is tilt down to your back leg until this golf shaft hits the inside of your front leg. And then you can see from there, my shoulders are set at a really nice angle in order to be able to promote that upward hit on the golf ball. And an upward hit without having to manipulate anything within the golf swing. So before we move on to tip 2, I just want you to be wary of a few things when putting this ball position up in our stance. So when you put this ball position up in our stance, a lot of people's shoulders tend to then open. Now this is only going to promote an out to in hit on the golf ball, and for anyone that slices the golf ball, this is going to exaggerate that slice because people tend to swing where the shoulders are pointing. So from there, we've got this ball position inside our left heel, we've got these shoulders tilted up from getting it nicely into our sternum. Let's just make sure these shoulders are either pointing slightly right of our feet or pointing parallel and down our feet line. So now moving on to how we can move this golf club better in our golf swing, and that leads me to tip number 2. So if we take a normal golf swing, and a lot of people have a tendency to have a very straight back swing or out too far on the outside, and then this is only going to promote an out to in path on the way through, causing that big slice or pulls off to the left, and again create inconsistencies in hitting a fairway and decreasing distance off the tee. So I want to talk to you about how this golf club is going to work in, up and around, and then just almost trace back down that same way on the way down into the golf ball. So we're going to talk about how we can promote a little bit of an inside to out hit on the golf ball in order to hit it a little bit further and create consistency in where the ball goes down the fairway. So I have placed these cones down on the floor in a nice arc to represent how the golf club is going to work in over this cone, up to the top nicely, back down where we came from, around out to this cone at the front, and then around, balanced, feel like you're passing over the front cone. Now this just illustrates how the body can move around the golf ball and how you can move the golf club efficiently to create more distance and greater consistency in terms of accuracy down the fairway. Because if I highlight this again, I'm going to feel like I turn round over the back cone, the body's moving, swinging out towards the front cone, and then as long as my body keeps moving round with my chest and my legs, this golf club will work on a nice arc through the golf ball also. So therefore tip number 2 is all about how I'm highlighting how the golf club should move in, around, back through the space it came through, and this visual on the floor allows us to trace that back into the golf ball this way, and then out to the far cone and around. Because if I made that out to in path, and there's many common misconceptions of the golf swing that people have, they'd almost hit this cone on the way back and then want to chop down and hit this cone and miss this cone on the way through. Now this is just all going to be a great visual and some great negative feedback, because if I do hit these cones or I feel like I'm swinging towards the wrong cone, then straight away I know if I've made an incorrect swing or correct swing. So just to summarise, all we're going to try and feel like is we take it over this back cone and out towards this front cone and around our body on the way back and on the way through. Thank you for watching this week's tip on Alex Elliott Golf. Now you know 2 key tips in order to hit this driver longer and straighter. If you've not already, hit that subscribe button down below. It's a little icon at the end of the video. All you have to have is a Gmail account. Thank you for watching.